Good morning, dear sisters. Good morning, brothers. May the grace and peace of Christ be with you all this morning. In our life with God, we read the scriptures, and we have there several examples of men who enjoy life experiences with God in a strong relationship with Him. An example of this is Joseph. In Genesis 39, verse 9, we read, "No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" These words were said by Joseph in a moment of strong temptation. We read that Joseph's kindness and faithfulness had won Potiphar's heart, which came to consider him as a son instead of a slave. Joseph's faith and integrity, however, should pass by a terrible trial. His master's wife endeavored to seduce the young man to transgress God's law. Until then, he had remained uncontaminated by the corruption that filled the land. But how could this sudden and seductive temptation be faced? Joseph well knew that there were consequences. If he didn't resist, on one hand, he would be surrounded by favors and rewards. On the other, disgrace and prison, and death would be his fate. His future depended on the decision of that moment. Would the principles triumph? Was Joseph still faithful to God? With inexpressible anxiety, the angels watched the unfolding of this scene. Joseph's response reveals the power of the religious principles. He wouldn't betray his human lord's trust, and independently of the consequences, he would be faithful to his Lord in heaven. Joseph suffered for his integrity because his temptress took revenge by accusing him of detestable crime and caused him to be thrown into prison. If Potiphar believed his wife's accusation, Joseph would have lost his life. But the modesty and the correctness that had uniformly characterized his conduct were proof of his innocence. And yet, to save the reputation of his master's house, he was handed over to shame and captivity. In our life with God, we have to be as firm to principles as Joseph was. Despite having his well-done service being paid in such a cruel way, he kept his faith firm, and he was also patient. We need to follow this example as well. We need to keep our relationship with God alive, and also to show God to others around us. May God bless us, and I hope we may be, by the power of the Holy Spirit, women and men of principles. I hope we can, just like Joseph, be firm no matter the consequences. Until tomorrow, have a beautiful day.